you walk through the building, then you understand the organization of the building. So this building is essentially a 33 by 33 square with an extension of 2 feet 6. Once you understand it and identify the center column, then you're ready to go. So the first step is to identify this center column and the 4 quadrants of the building with an extension of 2 feet 6. In your Revit, and make sure you have the line type. So go to Modify and create Manage. And with the management, you're going to create a series of lines, line style. So pretend that you never learned how to do sketch lines. So we're going to create a sketch line. So we're going to call it 1-sketch-red. And it's our first one that we actually would like to create. So we go say we're good with it. We go here and we'll make it nice and red and we say OK. The next new one that we call is we're going to call it 1A. We're going to call it sketch center line. Center line. So this actually suggests where the center lines are instead of the edges. So we say OK, and we actually create a red line, and we turn it into a center line instead of solid line. So I'm going to come back here, and I want it to be, for now, 1/4 inch is fine. We say OK. So that those two elements are done. So now we come back here, and we go Annotate. And we're ready to draw a rectangle detail line, and we draw a rectangle 33 by 33. You just draw any rectangle, you come back and change the distance to 33 feet. You're going to change this distance to 33 feet, and you got it. All right, so now quickly draw your line, and make sure this is all done in your red line. So I'm just going to change it into my 1-sketch red line, not the other one. There we go. And so I want to make sure when I'm drawing, I actually want to work off of that red line, which is here. So now what I like to do is just go across this way, and I'm going to go across this way, and I want to find the center line here, and I want to take that center line across this way, and I want to go the opposite direction here. And I'm going to take that line the opposite direction here. You may want to take all of this and put them in the center line effect, so they're not really part of my walls. They're just giving me my overall effect of what's going on. My walls are set in 6 inches from all sides, so I'm basically going to pick any of these, and I'm just going to offset 6 inches. 6 inches. 6. And basically, I'm going to set inward every direction. And I want to remind myself of the overall distance so I don't make a mistake. So my overall distance from this wall to that wall outside is 33. And I want to keep that in mind. And I want to change the scale to 1/4 inch to 1 foot, so that jacks this up or reduces it. But I want that to be larger, so I'm just going to stay at 1/8 so I can actually pop and think of that dimension this way. So there to there is also 33 feet. Then there's an offset of 2 feet 6. So if I copy these guys and copy them from here up 2 feet 6, 2 feet 6 inches, I just increase it. I want to check the distance from here to here, see what that is in fact. So I'm going to annotate a line from here to here should be adding a 2 feet 6. Therefore, my overall dimension from here to here is back to 35.6. So if I go back to the initial guideline that I had, it was 35.6 by 33. That's essentially what I have, and I have created that base over here. So that's essentially the base of my first floor, and I can create my second floor in the same configuration as I go through. But I will finish my first floor first and then continue on to the next level. My next configuration, as I look at my reference, is that the offset from that center column, this is my center column, I go 4, 4, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go back to my Revit, and I'm just going to offset from my center column. I'm going to offset at 4 feet, and 4 feet is my modulation, if you want to think of it. So I'm going to go 4, 4, and the next 4. And these are my central, less important information. So I'm going to just, for now, I'm going to trim them against this line. Now, so get your act together, trim them against here. So here and here. And I want to not let them go too far, so I'm just going to trim them against here, there, there, and there. All right. So then you're going to cut and paste your floor plan if you can, and you stick it over here so you know what it is that you're actually drawing. I'm just going to right now go to the next step and say, all right, so the first one is going to be my kitchen wall. The last one is going to be my porch. But this one is essentially identifying the column and the closet. So I'm just going to go back and reduce those if I can, so it's a little bit easier for me to see. So this is my porch, that's my kitchen wall. So I'm just going to pull this guy a little bit out, pull this guy just a little bit out, and then pull them back both inward a little bit, and pull this guy inward a little bit, so it has a sense of guideline what's going on. And so the rest of it, I leave it alone. This is my guideline, my core sketch for my drawing, and I'm ready to work. So